that test was the 30-metre sprint. This is test of speed. This is quite simply, you have two cones either end, 30 metres apart, and you'll run as quick as you can from one end to the other. The advantages of this test is it's really easy to set up, it's quick to do. You can pretty much do the test anywhere as long as it's 30 metres long. The disadvantages of it is times are going to be different depending on sort of what surface you're running on, got the correct footwear, whether you're wearing like trousers or shorts. Also, another big disadvantage is if you're, say, timing with a stopwatch, you've got quite a big chance of human error, not getting it spot on. If you had the equipment, you could use something like light gauge to get the timing a lot more accurate. This test is the hand grip dynamometer. It tests for muscular strength in your forearms. All you need is the hand grip dynamometer and yourself, really. That's all the equipment you need. That's probably the advantage of it. It's really quick and simple to use. Disadvantages of it is that if you repeat it multiple times, you do tend to get different measurements. To increase your reliability, it's probably best to do it. But what you want to be doing is taking your maximum, your biggest reading, as it is test for strength, which is maximal output.
Oh, you are fast.
I'm at the world's most unagile person.
That was the Illinois ability. The Illinois test tests the ability for you to turn at speed in a repetitive pattern. The advantages of this test are that it's simple to set up, it only requires a few cones and a tape measure. You can also tell if the person who is taking part in this is putting their maximum effort in, so that you know the results can be valid. The disadvantages are that the footwear that you are wearing, as well as the surface you are running on, will drastically affect the times, as well as the person timing it is timing the stopwatch, so they could press the button at the wrong time. Also, the person could start to run before the person has said go, and it is also very easy to cheat by setting off or not timing it properly.
Sit and reach test tests your flexibility in your hamstrings and your lower back. When conducting the test, you'll make sure that your heels are up against like the board or the bench or desk that you're using to test your flexibility. You also have to make sure that your shoes are off, as that will affect the measurements. It's also probably best to get the best results to make sure you are warmed up, as this increases your flexibility. The advantages of this test is it's easy and quick to do, so you don't really require a lot of apparatus to do so. It's also easy to set up. However, disadvantages are there is inconsistency in the results. It's like if you do it at different times of the day, you may end up getting different measurements out of it. So it's not as necessarily as reliable there, and the validity is questioned a bit.
That was the standing long jump. Standing long jump tests your explosive power in your legs in one movement and measures how far you can get. The disadvantages of the standing long jump is that you can start from a different place each time, so the measurement will be inconsistent, and also when you land, you measure it from the back foot, but you can also move that foot, so the measurement will not be correct. It's also easy to cheat, as you can move your feet to a different distance each time. The advantages of the standing long jump are it takes little time to set up and prepare. You need minimal equipment. You can use just a tape measure to measure from where the person stands to where they finish up, and it's very little time to do. even if you do more than one attempt.
That was the Harvard Step Test. It's a test of aerobic endurance. With the Harvard Step Test, is every 2 seconds you step up and step down off like a bench or a chair or something like that. The aim is every half a second you take a step, effectively. So one half a second you'll take one leg step up one leg, and the next half a second you'll step up with the other leg, and then same stepping down. This test, the advantages of it is it's not a maximal test, so you don't require a lot of motivation to keep going throughout the 5 minutes. Also, it can test large groups of people at once. You can get big groups together on the bench doing the test. It's also quite simple and easy to set up. There's not a great deal of cost needed. All you need to do is get obviously a metronome, set it to like frequency, and then you can do it from there. The disadvantages of the step test is that it's hard to keep in time with a beat, and for example, if you slip or trip off the bench, obviously it's gonna affect your timing, and you have to catch up again. That will affect the overall results. Also, another disadvantage for the Harvard Step Test is when measuring your pulse, there's always a chance of human error, as it's not as accurate as measuring it with a specialist piece of equipment. You've always got a chance of maybe missing a beat or counting too many, so that's another disadvantage of this test.